Hey everyone, today we're counting down the top 15 most unusual historical artifacts. Now each of these items offers a unique glimpse into the past, revealing stories and secrets that continue to puzzle and fascinate people. Let's start with number 15, the Roman cleats. Now archaeologists have recently uncovered a 2,000-year-old Roman sandal or caliga near an ancient military fort Oberstim in Bavaria, Germany. This discovery happened during excavation work at a civilian settlement on the outskirts of the Roman fort, which dates back between 60 and 130 AD. Now, the caliga, identified using X-ray imaging, was worn by a Roman soldier and featured iron nails on the bottom for traction, resembling modern-day cleats. This particular caliga was remarkably well preserved, having been found at the bottom of a well. Now, the unique conditions at the well's bottom likely contributed to that state of preservation, making such finds extremely rare. The Roman Empire, which lasted from around 27 BC to 476 AD, saw a gradual evolution in military accessory for those who needed to maintain their footing on difficult terrain, showcasing the timeless nature of effective design in footwear. Number 14. Ubaid Lizard Men. The discovery of these lizard men figurines at Tel al-Ubaid in Iraq has sparked considerable intrigue and speculation within certain archaeological circles. Dating back approximately 7,000 years, these artifacts depict humanoid figures with reptilian features, presenting a puzzling mystery. The Ubaidian culture, spanning from 4000 to 5500 BC, is known for its advancements in architecture, agriculture, and even social organization. Their settlements featured large T-shaped houses, paved streets, and evidence of complex societal structures. The figurines from this place, as well as from other sites like and Eridu, depict a humanoid figure with elongated head, almond-shaped eyes, and lizard-like noses. Well, some female figurines are also depicted in maternal poses, nursing babies that also mutations found in these artifacts. Well, despite extensive study and speculation, the exact meaning and purpose of these lizard men figurines remains mysterious. Number 13. The Baigong Pipes. So according to local legend, Mount Baigong in the Qinghai province of China is an ancient extraterrestrial laboratory. The mountain's peak is crowned with a mysterious pyramid, and at its base, these triangular entrances lead to hundreds of decayed metal pipe-like structures of unknown origin. These rusty tubes, ranging from needle size to about 16 inches in diameter, extend from deep within the mountain to a saltwater lake located 260 feet away. Many of the hollow pipes are uniform in size and appear to be placed with intention. Their deep embedding into the mountain wall and floor makes modern-day human handling unlikely. The mountain's surrounding environment is only occasionally visited by nomads, who presumably didn't possess advanced metallurgy, prompting the erection of a monument near the mountain, topped with a corroded satellite dish, symbolizing the extraterrestrial connection. More recent researchers, however, have proposed a different explanation. They believe that the metallic structures are actually fossilized tree root casts. These researchers argue that these rusted tubes resulted from the tree roots undergoing soil formation and transformation of soil into rock. Well, experiments have confirmed that the pipes do contain organic plant material and even microscopic tree rings. It is suggested that the overflow from an extinct lake once carried these roots to their current location. Number 12. The Gosford Glyphs. For decades, the locals of New South Wales' Central Coast have debated the authenticity of a series of hieroglyphs carved into a hidden rock face in the Brisbane Water National Park. These carvings, known as the Gosford Glyphs, have sparked intrigue and speculation due to their seemingly Egyptian origins. Explorers have often ventured the world following the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. Another possibility is that they were made as part of a decades-long prank. Well, the consensus among Egyptologists who have visited and studied the glyphs is that they're a hoax, citing numerous inconsistencies and errors. For instance, the hieroglyphs include a mix of ancient and modern symbols, some of which were not contemporaneously used in ancient Egypt. Additionally, the carving style and techniques don't match those of genuine ancient Egyptian artifacts. Well, despite all this, many local residents continue to believe in their authenticity, maintaining that the glyphs are an extraordinary and unexplained phenomenon. Number 11. The Fuente Magna. The Fuente Magna is a large stone vessel, likely a bowl, discovered in 1958 near Lake Titicaca in Bolivia. adorned with beautifully engraved anthropomorphic characters and zoological motifs characteristic of the local culture. The bowl features two types of scripts, a Proto-Sumerian ancient for land near the capital. Around the same time, Bolivian archaeologist Max Zamora became aware of the artifact and attempted to decipher the unusual inscriptions. Zamora was unsuccessful, failing to recognize that the writing was a form of cuneiform text dating back some 5,000 years. Consequently, the Fuente Magna bowl languished in storage at the Museum of Precious Metals for some 40 years. Translations of the inscription suggest that the Fuente Magna bowl may have been used to make libations to the goddess Nia, requesting fertility. The figure on the Fuente Magna, depicted in a goddess pose with open arms and spread legs, supports Dr. Winter's translation. Bernardo Biados theorized that the Fuente Magna was crafted by Sumerian people who settled in Bolivia sometime after 2500 BC. He proposed that the Sumerian ships, known to sail the Indian subcontinent, may have made their way around South Africa and entered the ocean's currents leading from Africa to South America. But the bowl remains an enigma. By all accounts, 3-billion-year-old rocks naturally formed by carbonate concretions. These tiny spheres, ranging in size from 0.5 to 10 centimeters, feature latitudinal grooves which were created when minerals formed in the spaces between sediments, much like crystals can naturally form precise shapes. Subsequent weathering left them as tiny balls with evenly spaced lines circumscribing them. Now, according to geologists, these spheres are the result of natural processes. The formation of these spheres can be explained by the process of concretion, where minerals precipitate from groundwater and then fill the spaces between sediments, forming the shapes. Despite the scientific explanation, though, the Klerksdorp spheres have become a hot topic among conspiracy theorists, who believe the spheres are too perfect to have been formed naturally. Since their first discovery in South African mines, many have speculated that these spheres are proof of ancient aliens or advanced prehistoric civilization. One unverified story that fueled these speculations involves a man allegedly used for military or technological purposes. Some even claim the spheres were an ancient form of information technology made by a pre-human civilization millions of years ago. Number 9. White Shaman Rock. On the border between southwestern Texas in the U.S. and northwestern Coahuila in Mexico lies the archaeological region known as Lower Pecos River. It contains more than 2,000 sites dating back to up to 10,000 years. Among these, more than 300 sites are rich with ancient pictographs, and the most famous of these is the White Shaman Cave. Researchers studying the area have categorized 3 different types of prehistoric rock paintings: Pecos River, red monochrome, and red linear. The White Shaman Cave, which features a stunning pictograph dating back 4,000 years, was created in the Pecos River style and is considered among the most impressive rock paintings in the world. The paintings, which were older than initially expected, are realistic representations of human figures. The pictures in the White Shaman Cave were not related to each other. However, when Boyd started to sketch and study them once more, she discovered that they depict much more than a few presentations of forgotten rituals. According to Boyd, the paintings present a complicated ceremony or belief system, and they're all connected. Studying similar paintings, she concluded that the pictures show the shaman's journey into the underworld. Despite extensive research, the true nature of this technology and methods used to create these intricate and durable artworks remain elusive. Number 8. Al Nazla Rock. Theories abound about the origins of the Al Nazla rock formation, but the genesis of this massive geological phenomenon is likely to remain a mystery. It's located in Saudi Arabia's Tamya Oasis, the site of Saudi Arabia's oldest human settlement. Al Nazla is comprised of twin sandstone rocks, balanced atop naturally formed pedestals with a smooth gap running vertically between. Grounded theories will tell you the rock sits upon a fault line. This theory posits the split in the rock was created when a weak spot was affected by a shift in tectonic plates. Another theory posits that a joint within the rock may have split. A joint is an area within rock, in this case sandstone, that becomes worn away and then separates the larger formation. A freeze-thaw weather cycle could be credited with its formation, according to a third theory. If water seeped into the ancient boulder when it was still in one piece, then froze and expanded and later thawed, a crack would have formed and eventually divided the boulder. Well, whatever the cause of the split, the incredibly smooth edges were probably once jagged, then worn down and polished by thousands of years of blowing sand. Nature seems to be the most creative artist of all. Moving on to number 7, the Cocknow Stone. The Cocknow Stone, located in West Dunbartonshire in Scotland, is a remarkable archaeological treasure. Adorned with a multitude of grooved spirals carved into the Cocknow Stone measures 42 feet by 26 feet and has over 90 carved indentation known as cup and ring marks. These marks, which are a hallmark of prehistoric art, consist of concave depressions carved into rock surfaces, often surrounded by concentric circles. This form of decoration appears as a petroglyph on natural boulders and outcrops and on megaliths such as slab cists, stone circles, and passage graves. The original meanings behind the carvings on the Cocknow Stone are lost to history, but numerous theories have emerged. Some suggest the markings represent an ancient form of writing, while others propose they held religious or spiritual significance and served as boundary markers, were star maps, or were purely decorative. The placement of carved stones often provides clues to their potential function. Frequently, such rock carvings are found near or incorporated into cairns and burial mounds, hinting at connections to burial practices and beliefs in an afterlife. Similarly, symbols on standing stones eerily reminiscent of a dinosaur appendage. Despite its ancient origins, though, the claw appeared so well preserved that it seemed as if it belonged to a creature that had only perished recently. Upon retrieving the claw and conducting thorough analysis, the archaeologists unveiled a fascinating revelation. This remarkable find was the 3,300-year-old mummified remains of an upland moa, a prehistoric bird that had vanished from the earth centuries earlier. The upland moa was one of several species of moa birds which were endemic to New Zealand. DNA analysis published by the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences suggests that the first moa appeared around 18.5 million years ago, and there were at least 10 distinct species. These magnificent birds were exterminated in what's been described as the most rapid human-facilitated megafauna extinction in history. The initial discovery of moa remains dates back to 1839, when John W. Harris, a flax trader and a natural history enthusiast, received an unusual fossilized bone. Specimens often found in dunes, swamps, and caves still exhibit soft tissue, muscle, skin, and even feathers. The preservation process likely involved desiccation, particularly in naturally dry environments like caves with a constant dry breeze. Number 5. Shagir Idol. The Shagir idol is one of the most significant pieces of prehistoric art in ancient Europe. This ancient wooden carving, which resides in a museum in Russia, has been dated to around 11,000 years old, making it significantly older than Stonehenge and twice as old as the Egyptian pyramids. Not only is it the oldest wooden statue in the world, but standing as tall as a 2-story building, it's also the tallest wooden statue from the ancient world. Discovered in January of 1890 in the Sverdlovsk region of Siberia in Russia, the Shagir idol was found about 13.5 feet below the surface, preserved by the antibacterial properties of a peat bog. This peat layer acted as a time capsule, protecting the idol from decay. The idol is decorated with Mesolithic symbols and geometric motifs, such as chevrons, herringbone patterns, straight lines, and squiggly lines. These symbols are not merely decorative, but are also believed to hold significant meaning for the creators. Some researchers suggest that these markings could encode information about the creation of the world left by Mesolithic-era humans. If true, this would make the Shagir idol the world's oldest known code, dating back approximately 9,500 years. This idol has been radiocarbon dated to 7500 BC by the Institute of the History of Material Culture in St. Petersburg and the Institute of Geology in Moscow, confirming its status as the oldest known art of its type in the world. Despite extensive research, the full meaning and purpose of the Shagir idol remains a mystery. Number 4. Trundholm Sun Chariot. The Trundholm Sun Chariot is an iconic bronze and gold artifact that was unearthed from a bog in Denmark in 1902. It's one of Scandinavia's earliest examples of the horse being used as a draft animal. Experts believe the chariot was crafted using the lost wax method. The sun disk is decorated with spirals, a common motif in Nordic craftsmanship, with one side gilded to represent the sun during the day, and the other side left dark to depict the sun's journey through the night. In 1998, nearly a century after the artifact's discovery, archaeologists returned to the site with metal detectors and unearthed 21 additional parts. These discoveries have allowed conservationists to reconstruct a more complete picture of the original artifact. Similar artifacts from Scandinavia replace the horse with ships or fish, among other creatures, reflecting the belief that the horse pulled the sun across the sky during the day and through the underworld at night. Historians believe priests used the chariot during the rituals to illustrate the sun's voyage. The Trundholm sun chariot is a remarkable artifact, and whether it functioned as a calendar remains uncertain. Its resemblifications of their reigns. What sets this list apart is its blend of mythical pre-dynastic rulers with historical figures known to have existed. The first fragment of this 4,000-year-old cuneiform tablet was discovered in the early 1900s by German-American scholar Hermann Hilprecht at the site of ancient Nippur, with his findings published in 1906. Since then, at least 18 other versions of the king list have been found, most dating from the second half of the Isin dynasty, from 2017 to 1794 BC. While no two documents are identical, the common material across all versions indicates they stem from a single, ideal account of Sumerian history. The king list is invaluable for its reflection of ancient traditions and its chronological framework of Sumerian kingship periods. It's also shown remarkable parallels to accounts in the Bible's Genesis. The list begins with the divine origin of kingship. Early dynastic rulers are described with fantastically long reigns, some spanning thousands. Rongo script appear to be a form of writing, but their meaning has never been deciphered. The script was first discovered by Eugene Ayrault, a Roman Catholic missionary who arrived on Easter Island on January 2, 1864. Now, the name Rongo Rongo comes from the Rapa Nui language, meaning to recite, to declaim, to chant out. The symbols were found etched into irregularly shaped wooden tablets, as well as on a chieftain's staff, a birdman statuette, and two Ramiro ornaments. Now, these artifacts were weathered, burned, or otherwise damaged when they were found, adding to the challenge of deciphering it. The age of the tablets is uncertain, as direct dating has been limited. They're believed to have originated around the 13th century, coinciding with the period of extensive forest clearing on the island. However, this dating is speculative, as the inhabitants may have preserved some trees specifically for making the wood tablets. One glyph resembles a palm tree, thought to be the eastern island palm, which disappeared from the island's pollen record in 1650. Now, this suggests the script behind these glyphs and the civilization that created them. For now, the script continues to intrigue and baffle researchers, keeping the secrets of Easter Island tantalizingly out of reach. Number 1. Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe, a Turkish term meaning hill with a belly, stands as one of the most interesting and revolutionary archaeological discoveries of the modern era. In 1994, German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt and his team began uncovering findings at the site that they fundamentally altered our understanding of Stone Age societies. Dating back 11,500 years, Göbekli Tepe challenges the long-held belief that Stone Age humans were solely nomadic hunter-gatherers who roamed the earth without permanent settlements. The site features large, T-shaped pillars adorned with intricate animal carvings, massive stone rings, and numerous rectangular rooms, many of which are believed to have held religious significance. This evidence suggests that Göbekli Tepe may be the world's oldest known religious complex. Göbekli Tepe represents a transitional period in human history, showcasing the initial steps of nomadic cultures towards farming, which eventually led to permanent settlements. Despite the 1-acre excavation site already revealing much, Göbekli Tepe is believed to extend an additional 22 acres, promising even more discoveries and insights. The implications of its existence are profound. It suggests that complex societal, religious, and architectural developments happened much earlier than previously thought, prompting a reevaluation of the timeline and progression of human civilization. The site's purpose and the reasons for its eventual abandonment remain subject of intense speculation and study. It continues to captivate researchers and offers a glimpse into the prehistoric world that defies conventional understanding. Its discoveries raise more questions than answers, inviting ongoing exploration and debate about the true nature of early human societies. As archaeologists and historians uncover more about this ancient site,